So that is the meaning of a sentence. A statistics is a summary measure of data. So whatever the data we have, if we're going to have put it certain statistical methods or tools over it, then that data will conveying us certain useful information. Okay. Then another important fact is descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics are the methods that describe and summarize data. It's we're going to have both the things. It will describe the things also. Describe in the sense it will tell us that what exactly data is for, what the information we are getting from data, right? And with that, it summarize it also. What is the meaning of this whole data, right? So describe and both summarize also. Descriptive statistics we're going to have discussed later also after this particular in this topic only, where we're going to have a study about mean, mode, median, standard deviation, right? Then correlation is also there. So we're going to have majorly four factors are there: mean, mode, median, and standard deviation, right? Uh, Under this topic, we're going to have discussed about how the descriptive statistics is going to be helpful for the managers to get the meaningful information from the data. Now, the main point, the last one, Microsoft Excel. That is the major thing, and that is the tool only that we all are using for this particular subject. 80% of the subject having this tool, Microsoft Excel. Statistics, we already know. Most of you are from science background, they all know about the statistics, and that we are not going to learn here. We're going to have understand the formula, but the major thing is what, how this statistical formula is going to implement in the Excel sheet, right? So that is the motive of that particular subject. Okay. So Microsoft Excel supports the statistical analysis in two ways. First one, through statistical functions, and second is they have some analysis tool pack also that is added for our PCs. For Macs and Stat Plus is similar, right? So this is all Mac and Stat Plus somewhat different OS background, operating system background, so right. So we're going to have now start with today's main first important method. Then now we're going to have understand that how to construct a frequency distribution for items in the purchase order database. So first of all, you have to understand that what do you mean by frequency distribution? Frequency distribution means for example, that is on your screen. You will see here that one particular data sheet is on your screen. In that data screen, the data is there for purchase order, suppliers, order number, item description, item cost, quantity, cost per order, A by term. A by P terms means for how many days you are allowing the credit, order date and arrival dates. Now we'll see one arrow is here on item description, right? So what it mean? It means that the analyzer or the researcher want to know that for how many times a particular item is repeated or ordered, right? For that, they need to understand the frequency distribution. So now we're going to have switch to Excel sheet. Now this is an Excel sheet on your screen in which I have took only 4 columns: item description, item cost, quantity, and cost per order. Now I want to know that how many times a particular item has got repeated, right? So for that, first of all, I want to know how many items are there in item description column. Then what I going to do, I just select that one, the row. Then I went to sorting and filtering tab. Then like funnel filter is there. Now you see here filter is added to each and every column. Now I put it this cursor over this inverted triangle. Then you'll find here so many items are there. Because why I have did this thing, because in the column it's not possible for me to search out for each and every item, because it's a whole list, it's a long list, right? Although I sorted it, but if it is not sorted one, then it's quite difficult for me to understand that how many items are there. So for that purpose, what I did, I filtered this particular column, and then I found here all the items, right? Okay. And I noted the same items here, this. Now I'll again go to that row and again go to sort and filter and off the button. Okay. Now what I want three things: frequency and relative frequency. Right? Relative frequency is nothing. It's an individual frequency divided by total frequencies, and we'll get the relative frequency. Now you'll find that here airframe fastener is one of the product. I want to know for how many times this particular airframe fastener is got repeated in this item description column. So what I should have to do, this particular, again, whenever we're going to have start the formula, we have to put the equal to button. Then one but option is there. When you're going to have, if you want to write, you can write also count if. It means that from this particular formula, I can able to count the particular item in a particular column, right? First, I will going to define the, for starting that you have to start it with the arrow, with the this bracket. Now as you are seeing here, automatically my software is showing me to write a range in the sense for how many in a column, up to how many rows that particular item the system has to search. So from here I have to put my cursor. Now see here A3 is there. A3 is what? Is the cell description, right? It's the address of a particular cell. A column, third row. So and here it's row, automatically it came A3. Now I'm going to have drag it to define the range. Now see how many rows are there. So many rows are there. So now you see here the range defined from cell A3 to cell A140. The system has to search that for how many times airframe fasteners is repeated. Okay. So then I have to put the comma. Now I have to define the criteria. Criteria in the sense what item you should have to search. So inverted commas, double inverted commas, then I have to write same. I have to write, otherwise same. If capital is there, then I have to write the capital. If even capital and small letter will be there, or any gap is more between the word, the system is not able to search that word. So exactly what, if you want to search the same thing, you have to type here air frame fasteners, FASTENERS. Now inverted comma close. and bracket close, right? So now this particular formula has implemented here, right? It's active here. Now I have to enter. Now I will see here in the whole 140 rows, only 2 airframe fasteners are there. That is already showing on your screen, right? Now what I should have to do? I have to repeat the same thing in app for every particular product, right? Same thing I have to do, equal to COUNTIF, then I have to define the range from A3. If you know that particular cell address up to what cell you should have to define the limit, then no need to drag, also just same thing, just type the things A140. Just now see here on your left hand side, automatically the range is increased up to 140. Now just see here, right? This blue highlighted column, automatically it goes up to 140. Now again put in comma. Now this time what the system should have to search? Again inverted comma, bolt, nut, fasteners, again inverted comma, bracket close, enter. Now it's only one. The whole numbers, the only one fastener is there. Now same thing, I have to repeat again, same thing for control panel, count, COUNTIF, bracket started, range A3 to A140, column, I have to search control panel. Now bracket closed, after inverted commas closing. Now see here 14 total. These are all what? These are the frequencies, how many times a particular order has repeated. Now the same thing I'm going to do for the whole products. Count if bracket start range A3 to A140, bracket close, sorry, comma. Now I have to define the criteria, that is door decall, right? Bracket closed. It's again 14, right? So what I will do, I will copy this particular cell item. Up to here it's same, right? Just put an equal to sign, paste, again write electrical connector. Mistake here. 13. It's automatically corrected the things. One gap was more here, right? So system automatically corrected it. Now 13 is there. Now equal to, same thing, inverted commas, basket, 13. Now equal to sign is always for the formula initiation. Then hatch call. Now you see here, I'm doing some operations here on the Excel that has required a minimum criteria for all of us to know. Just like that, after equal to I have put it the control V. That is copy, is control C, and control V is paste it. So what happened? Our work is somewhat easy now because we are repeating the things. We just changes the product name, right? Machined value. So this much of thing we should have to know. Machined valve is not there. I think I'll search something. MACHINED. Yes, so see here I have made the mistake, spelling mistake. So the value came, instead of valve I put it the value. So the figure showing the 0. Now it's again 13. So if you're going to have made any mistake in searching out the particular item's spelling, then it will not come. Okay. Now see here. O, I have to put exactly the same dash, capital R I N G. 13. Maximum items are equal in order. Penalty call. Right, if you want to check, just even if you want to, for example, if just check here, if you want to check this particular cell, whether that counts are coming or not equal, then go for any particular, for example, uh, gasket is there. So gasket, if it is, if I'm going to have deleted one, then just see here, gasket now it become 12, right? So it's mean that our formula is correct. Okay, now pressure gauge is there. So these all need a kind of practice from your side, because without a functional knowledge of Excel, it's quite difficult for you guys to work over it, right? What's last one? Side panel. Now here we have got that all the information about all these products. These are all frequency. So you're going to have add that frequency, total frequency. Now see here what I'm doing right now. I have selected the whole column. So this much of information, or the can say the you should know that particular how to add the particular items in a column. Then auto sum will come 138. Now we're going to what we'll have to do that for the relative frequency 2, right, divided by total number of frequency. So you will get the individual frequency, right? So a lot of things are there under that we should have to understand. Okay. Now what you will see here, the number of points are very high. So what you should have to do? Again, right click, format cell. Have to click on format cell. Somewhat slow. Now see here, or number of numbers you can reduce up to 2 decimal. Okay, so it's automatically come up to 2 decimal, right? Now what you should have to do, now just see here, actually these things you should all have to be very much careful about, because here one problem is there. What is the problem? That this cell is continuous going to change according to the product, right? 2 1 14 14 13 13 13, then 3, then 13, right? But the problem is what, this total that is in highlighting in the red cell is not going to change. Every time the total will remain same. Okay, so for that purpose in the Excel we have to put a dollar sign in front of row also and in front of column also, right? So column is K and the row is 18, so that cell should be fixed. It's not going to change. So what I did, by putting the dollar sign in front of both row and the column, I fixed that value, right? So why I have did this thing, because once I was going to have dragged that one, automatically the formula is going to implemented in each and every cell, right? So you're going to have click on any cell, then we'll find here 13 is there of that particular row and divided by the total automatic. So this all are the frequency, right? This is all about frequency, right? And remember that frequency sum is always be 1. Okay, so relative frequency, now I'm going to have show you also how the things will change. For example, if I'm not going to have fix this particular cell, then what happened? Why after dragging, once I'm going to have delete this dollar sign. Now once first value will always be correct, no problem. But once I'm going to have drag this one, just see error will come. Or now why it will come? Because while dragging, automatically that total, the cell of that total value is also changing, right? For example, if I'm going to click on it, now see here, it will take the bold fastness value. Okay, that is correct. But automatically after K18, the K19 is came and the cell is down to this, down to the blank cell where no value is there. Okay, so that is the reason why the cell which from the cell where from where we have to take a fixed value, we have to fix that cell. So we have to put the dollar sign in front of row and column, and then if you're going to have drag that one, no problem. Okay, so these are all about the frequency distribution. Also, if you want to make it a graph also, it will come. right? So we will get the frequency, relative frequency distribution of a particular items, okay? And that is the way through which we can find out the frequency also and the relative frequency also. So this is the first lesson that we all have to be understand today under this particular topic, right? This one is how to construct a frequency distribution for items in the purchase order database, right? The same thing now it will showing on your screen what we have did right now. Like airframe fastener, we have put the count if, and count after that count if we have defined a particular rows under which we have uh, got the things. Now now you'll see here they have what they have wrote here, A101, A102, but instead of that what we have did there, we have wrote the whole word, right? So if you want to do the same thing also, we can able to do. For example, now see here, what we have did here, we have defined that particular word. Now instead of that, if I'm going to have do one thing, for example, instead of defining a particular whole word or writing, if I'm going to have click over airframe only, then automatically it will come, right? Because it will take the particular item from a particular cell, because I have defined A4. So what exactly I am telling to system, that what exactly I want from system, that the system should have to count a particular cell, that is airframe fasteners, where copy automatically it took between A3 and A140. So this is also the way through which we can do that. For example, instead of writing the here bolt nut fasteners, I'm going to delete it that, and I'm directly going to have click over bolt nut fasteners. Now the see here A5. What system want to do? System has to search a particular range under A3 and A140, and criteria with what the system has to search a particular value or word that is in A5, that is in cell in the form of running lines. Enter, the same thing will come, right? So this is also one of the way through which we can find out, just that is on your screen right now, a PPT screen where it find out the frequency. Now see here, the same thing that we have did here at that Excel sheet, they have did here also. From count if, they can able to count for how many times a particular item has repeated, and then same thing is going to be happen, okay? So I hope you're going to have all you have to have understand this particular. Now see here, they have even put it into the graph, which item is repeating for how many times, okay? Now the next one is constructing a relative frequency, that we also have did. Relative frequency we have he also they have did, and that is one, right? So these are all about the constructing a frequency distribution for the items in the purchase order. So what I will do, I will uh, record this particular video and will send it to you people also on your in the group, so that you will just see it and repeat this information on your particular tablet or laptop or computer, right? So now it's not much time is left today. I think that is sufficient, because this is all about how you people have to practice over all these things over the MS Excel, right? And I hope you people have understand it and ask the doubt also. Okay, so for today's class it's completed. Anyone have any kind of doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, no problem. Right, we'll see you and I will discuss some more topics. Today what we have did, we have found the how to find out the frequency, how we're going to have found the graph, and the next one is frequency and its relative frequency distribution for A by P terms. Okay, that we're going to have understand in our next class.